You know what? Go ahead and start here, man. That's a good place right here. No, I'm lying. I'm lying. Let's start down here.
When he's looking right there, this is the same pose that
So this is academics. So academics calls on the Kendrick Lamar fans to decipher alleged Drake diss in Luther video.
Malcolm X had when he looked through the window and he had the gun and he knew he had to ride for the black people. Tell me what the fuck I'm missing here, because I know the K-Bots ain't never try to say, no, Kendrick just shooting a fucking funky ass music video. It's never that. It's always some complex, intricate bullshit, right? So y'all gotta tell me what's going on with my head right here, right? Yo, his beard being down like that, that's the same type of beard that motherfucking they had when they were freeing the slave. Like, what the fuck? They always on some other type of shit. The way he just squinted, that's the way that it was back in 3000 BC before Christ was born. And oh my God, shut your stupid ass up. Yo, SZA will do everything but stand. She's sitting down, laying down, crawling. Get up! Get up, SZA! We want to see. Yo, ain't no way you got 8 BBLs to just get up! You got the BBL of death. We want to see it. I'm sorry. Watch him try to clip that, be like, ugh. Freaky ass nigga. Your Fruit Jams in the chat. What up?
Fruit Jams is crazy. Anyway, so I wanted to start there because I want you guys to understand this is what people do for losers. Okay? Listen, it dawned on me recently, and I've been saying this, and I've been saying this as often as I can. I guess this is an old nigga conversation. Sorry. You're a young guy, maybe you won't really get what I'm talking about right now. But it recently dawned on me how much Nas could never fuck with Jay. Like, Nas couldn't actually fuck with Jay. He wasn't actually fucking with him at all. Right? Like, Nas don't got no albums like Blueprint. Like Nas, like Jay has several albums, or at least a catalog worth of joints. Joints that you can play for people that's in my age range. Joints that if you play them, you know what I mean? Like people, you know what I mean? Like people are gonna move to it, and like and these records still go off. You know what I mean? And not only that, Jay-Z had the skill and the cultural relevance because Jay was everything. He was one of like the first like amazing. I can't say first amazing. No, I'm sorry. He was the epitome of when rap was like perfected, or the artist that can go from era to era. Because before Jay, you had Rakim and Big Daddy Kane. Big Daddy Kane were not and Rakim were not able to transition into different eras and continue to put out music in a way that's relevant. And again, they put stuff out, but like they didn't continue to put out records that people even really want to hear. And for the most part, rappers, if we keep it in the stack before Jay, most artists maybe got an album or two that you can listen to. Even people who are really good, they may have one or two good albums that you will want to go back to or people even talk about. Having a good album is such a rarity, right? But people like Hove and then moving on to people like Drake really, and this is the point that Hitmaker made about how Drake established a new standard of music in the industry. You know what's crazy? What if Drake listened to niggas like y'all? Like, seriously, I'm like, damn, you know what, real talk? And that's why I always said, don't rap for these niggas. If they enjoy it, all right, cool. It's dope to see, all right, my product is so good that even they can enjoy it, even though we're in a harsh environment. That's why I still battle rap, because I love the idea that no matter what, I'm right. Well, I can show to you I'm right about what I think dope is, what I think entertaining is, because they know in those rooms, in those spaces, and when I get those crowd reactions and those pops, that's not by mistake. I meant for that to happen. It's supposed to make you feel like that. It's supposed to be that way. It's supposed to be that way, right? But anywho, what I also wanted to, I'm sorry, my bad. We talked about the whole Nas and Jay-Z thing. So why was Nas always paired to? They tied Nas to Jay because because of what he represented. Nas was never necessarily that conscious. He kind of had that label. Conscious was really like Slum Village and like basically people who don't got joints, because at our time, conscious music wasn't really meant to sound good. It was one of those things where it's like you will listen to them rap in ways that you know isn't really that like Talib Kweli. What does it say, Talib Kweli? You know what I'm saying? This, so we had, you know what I'm talking about. Like people, and what they really are, what conscious rappers really are, to keep it in the stack, they're artists who are not good at making music. They artists who are not just not really that talented, and they're not cool enough and they didn't have enough edge to do anything but rap conscious. It wasn't because of nothing moral. You know what I mean? And even when we go to Nas, like I think Nas is a great rapper and whatnot, but just keep it in the stack. You never held the same standard or had the same expectations for Nas that you have for Jay. If Nas' song sound good, you can enjoy it. Say, oh my God, it's a song that sound good. If Jay has a song that sounds good, it's like he's supposed to have songs that sound good. Because Jay was giving you them joints. Like back in the day, right? If I came across a mixtape and there was a Nas joint on there, you don't know what the hell you gonna hear. You understand? You wouldn't know what you want to. You don't know what's gonna happen. You have no idea what's gonna happen. But when it's a Hove joint, you can count on at least a really dope verse. I heard very few leaked Hove tracks that weren't fire. Back in the mixtape days, you know, DJ Envy, DJ Clue, people like that would have the exclusives. You know what I mean? Some leaked tracks from the studio here and there will leak out there. You understand? Like the I woke up early this morning. Like, listen, you got a chance to go on YouTube and look up Jay Z. I woke up early this morning. That's an unreleased track. What was like half a verse on it and whatnot. Still fire. But anyway, anywho. So, um, another thing that's going to happen is the greater you are, people want to see you fall. So what they'll do is tie people to you who they know aren't as comparable. For one, is to insult you. You know what I'm saying? And also, it's also to build up a dynamic, a David and Goliath dynamic, where it's like, no matter what, being as though you're the giant, anything David does is going to be a win because he's David and you're the giant. That's what you become as a Goliath, as a winner too. You're everyone's Goliath. Oh yo, nigga, you're successful now. Well, you're Goliath now. Now we want to see you die. Now, the side that Goliath was fighting for, don't people love Goliath. Don't people love what Goliath can do. The people that he's fighting for, them people love what Goliath could do. You know what I'm saying? The people around him, if he on a battlefield with them, they was happy to have Goliath there. You ever thought about that? The fact that if somebody loved Goliath, Goliath probably had kids and everything. And then one day he just bait. I forget the whole story and whatnot, but you know, all these niggas is warriors. You understand? And yo, he just get hit in the head with a rock. You know, and the nigga just. I heard you. Did he die? I never hear the end of that story. Somebody write in the comments whether or not Goliath passed away. Rest in peace to Goliath and pour one out for our homie Goliath. But just somebody's Goliath, basically. I want you to understand that. Because if you're here for the winning circle. You're here to level up. You're here to join me on this journey that I'm putting together. Yo, you see my neck, son? See my neck? Yeah, nigga, I'm doing work, my nigga. You see my whole neck, nigga. I mean, make sure I sit up straight. I mean, so you can see the shoulders and shit. You know what I mean? I mean, the chest is untittying. All right. Anyway, so going back to what academics are saying about this breakdown shit, right? What he's speaking to is the effort that someone will go to. The lengths people will go through just to try to convince you that you ain't that good. Let me tell you something. It's hard to elevate. It's hard to do better with people around you who do one or two things. One, basically lie to you in so many words. Shout out to all you women that's keeping your friends fat. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. And it's crazy how somebody's bad deeds can influence the entire world. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. The way that women be keeping each other single and fat, that started off with somebody competing. Somebody said, you know what? We know what will make it easier for me to get men is if I convince all y'all that, relationships don't matter. You know what I mean? And that, you're better off being single and, and all that guys are loser anyway. I think that started off with women trying to trick you out your spot. Then eventually it became a culture. And y'all don't be realizing that people who are at the top, they don't think like that. They know how important family is. But again, oh my God, there's just so many different ways that people in different stations, how differently they think. Everything is a mindset, and everything is a spiritual journey. Anywho, the symbolism shit. When people try to make an argument about Kendrick's performance at the Super Bowl and talked about who it's for, the symbols and my nigga, what? The fuck you talking about? That's not what that's for. It's a time and a place for all that stuff. That's not music. Symbolism is not music. What things mean? No, that's not music. No, music is shit that sounds good. And the argument, when niggas start making the argument that songs don't have to sound good to be valid, Kendrick is considered a GOAT. There is no time for throwaway tracks. The party is over shit. When Crimson Cure co-signed the party's over or like reference the party as I don't think the party's dead or whatever that shit is, that's not fly. Talking about killing the party is not fly. In real life, when was it ever great when someone says, "Oh my God, Jonathan came through and killed the party"? Oh word, how was it? No, you would say that sounds terrible. It actually, in so many words, Kendrick basically saying, "Yeah, y'all been enjoying music that sound good all this time, but here I come with some bing bing. Here I come with some bing bing bow.
Okay. No, I was never gay.
I come with some.
I snap my fingers. You forget that you're ever gay.
I was never gay.
Exactly.
Wait, no, stop.
Yes.
No, stop. You can't. I was never gay.
Okay.
No, I was never gay.
Sure.
You can't.
New sash.
Anywho, let's move on to the next video. In the Drake show. Probably do like 1 or 2 more, man. I gotta take it down. I gotta get ready for this battle with this guy. I want to beat the fuck up. Let's look at this one.
The comments, and you're gonna see a bunch of names that look like this. I'm about to prove to y'all right here that Kendrick Lamar uses bots for his views and comments. So Luther just dropped 5 hours ago on YouTube, and please look at the numbers. Like, are we serious right now? So this is what I want y'all to do. I want y'all to go to the Luther video on YouTube.
If you can't see, that says that it dropped 5 hours ago, and it's 425,000. I'm sorry, 366,000 likes on it. Right? Usually, the likes a video or any post get is between, I would say, 5 and 15% of the actual subscribership or followership. So say someone has 1 million followers, they'll probably get 20, no, maybe 100,000 likes, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Or 200,000 likes, but they're not going to get a million likes. That would mean that every person who follows them like that picture. You know what I mean? So it's just not really how that goes. Or I mean, don't get me wrong, it's possible, but that ratio is way off. You know how many likes that is? That means no. And not only that, the video's only 5 hours old. You know what I mean? So anywho, check out the evidence.
And go to comments, and then when you go to comments, just look through the comments, and you're gonna see a bunch of names that look like this. Now, if you see a name that looks like this, click on the name and look when they joined YouTube. Joined 4 hours ago. I'm sorry, the music video just dropped 5 hours ago. Oh, you don't believe me? Here's another one. Joined 2 hours ago. Look what they say. I've had this on repeat all day. Oh, look, another one joined an hour ago, and they said this was very informative. Appreciate it. Guys, I'm telling you, this isn't a coincidence. I already know K-bots are going to be in the comments like, oh, there's bots on every big artist's comments on YouTube. Like, that's a normal occurrence. Not really, bro. Because if you go to Nokia's music video on YouTube and go to the comment section, you will not see nearly as many bots. I didn't see any bots, actually. Just so y'all know I'm not capping, I want y'all to compare Luther's comment section to Nokia's comment section. There is a night and day difference. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of real people commenting on Luther's comment section, but there are still a lot of bots under this comment section. Kendrick, I fuck with you, but you gotta stop with the fake numbers and the botting just to get ahead of Drake, because come on, bro.
And let me explain. So that comment he just made, right? You gotta stop using the bots to get ahead of Drake. What Kendrick has done is gotten out of his place. Kendrick exists best in a space where no one's critiquing him or relying on him. People have never relied on Kendrick to be a hit maker. Now, when Kendrick was his hottest between like 2013 and 20, I think 2017, 2018 is the high. I think that's the pinnacle of Kendrick. I think Damn is his best album. It's the most. It sounds the most like music, and that's why it's the best album because he has more songs on there that move and sound like music you could enjoy. I didn't realize that I couldn't put it in words that damn you make a lot of things that are unenjoyable. You make a lot of that shit. Like his second album, the Butterfly album. I can't say that title. To Pimp a Butterfly. If I try to say it fast, it's not gonna happen. You won't like it. I won't like it. So I'm not gonna do it. Make sure my screen's thing on here. Make sure I ain't talking about these freaking sounds. Nigga. What? Anyway, but it took me a long time to realize, yo, I actually don't like a lot of this shit. When I heard the second album, I'm like, yo, I don't rock with half of this. Half of this is like, why'd you make that song? Like, why'd you make this, right? And I didn't think that deeply into it because the way we see Kendrick is, you kind of do whatever, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Versus if it's Drake, you looking for them joints. That's the definition of greatness. And tell you, like I keep telling y'all, they're gonna move the goalpost on you, all right? And you have to get to where you rely on the opinions of those around you who are the most invested in your success. The people who notice when you're winning, the people who congratulate you when you're winning. I don't mean kiss your ass. You know what? Actually, I'm not gonna do all that. If you get it fucked up, you just get it fucked up. I'm not gonna over explain. If you hear, you hear. You gotta be wrong. What's good, Tommy? So
It was in the apartheid country.
New sass.
Oh man.
So going back to the point I was making about the whole, in the effort to tear down Drake, again, like we said before, when you're on top, people will always try to tie you to someone who's less talented. I said before. In the effort to do that, they've pushed him into a position that he's not really, you never really been on top. You kind of were a person that I think people like, and I do like Kendrick, right? But it was one of those things where it's like, you know, you were always like this experimental kind of guy, you know what I mean? But some of it is good, right? But it's more like, we tolerate what you do. Not a lot of it's good. Like, Not Like Us was really annoying to me because that's not how Kendrick raps. Listen to Kendrick on Euphoria and listen to him rap on Not Like Us and really, because what it is that you can hear you're not even being yourself right now. This is not even this is not even your back, not even your bag. Like,
They don't know what's going on.
They never had my back.
He told me how much he wants to take.
They never had my back.
never had my back. And rather than you actually having joints that people organically like, you're being exposed every day for using bots. Actually, like now your label is about to lose a bunch of money by trying to use you to tear down someone else. And again, men gotta understand, it's two things. You cannot build your success off the back of someone else. And men gotta accept, you can't build your success off the back of a woman. And that's why right now, yo, this is what's going on
By the way, y'all came by
with
to
Beloved. You see this shit? This is what they posted for Kendrick's tour with SZA. 60% off. Buy tickets. Lowest guaranteed price. All right. Kendrick Lamar on tour with SZA, selling fast. Grab. You understand? Do you know what that means? No one's buying these tickets. They first of all, he couldn't go out on tour by himself. They were not confident that he could sell tickets by himself. Why is that? You didn't let the bull go out there and get hot naturally. The way the bull been getting hot all these years is when he about to do an album, he dissed Drake. And Drake don't come down to his level. But now in hindsight, now I can see that Drake knew that this was going to happen. He had an idea, and this is kind of what he wanted to happen. Because Kendrick been doing this the whole time, and that's another thing too. If it was no bread involved, that's the only reason why it makes sense, because it was always about the paper. Drake focused on the paper. And you gotta understand, thinking how niggas be thinking is again thinking that Drake is losing by getting $250 million and Kendrick is winning because he's wearing skinny bell bottom jeans. And he got to say Drake, you took the biggest moment of your life and played yourself. You made that whole performance about how much you hate this other black guy. But at the same time, you're pro-black. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, not like us. There's a song that's mostly about how bad it is to be white. How bad you think it is to be white. Because you're saying Drake is a bad person because you think he's white, and also you want to label him as the worst thing you could possibly be for a rap battle. And then no one thought that was extremely low and foul, and the fact that Kendrick ain't put out that one tweet saying nothing about it. Azalea Banks made a really good point about it would have looked a lot better if Kendrick would have put out a tweet giving Drake props and and squashing it or saying something positive or saying we had fun, so on and so forth. He ain't do none of that. Why is that? Why all of a sudden do they have a personal vendetta? What was crazy was people who were just fans bought into the idea that Drake was somehow getting what he deserves. When you're a winner, you are someone's Goliath. And I want you to rethink that story. In what lifetime does David kill Goliath? It's not how that works. You gotta ask yourself, would you rather be David or Goliath? The Goliath story is based on the fact that he didn't take him serious. It doesn't matter if you're Goliath. You take every threat serious. Because one wrong move can lead to... There's a video that was on the Angry Man channel where he showed this guy, he had basically like a domino set up. One large slab followed by a smaller and shorter slab. The smallest one fell and knocked everyone down to knock down the biggest one with the biggest domino. And Angry Man was saying that the last domino has fallen for the women, especially for black people. Because make no mistake, this Kendrick and Drake shit also showed how stupid a lot of us are. How much a lot of us think like losers, right? How again because the David and Goliath complex you have. That's not how winning works. You resent winners. Also, you also misinterpret what power is. Broke people think rebelliousness is power. And again, this whole I'm against the industry type shit, I'm anti-industry, even though you get paid by a major label shit, it's played out. That's Kendrick Cole's whole vibe. I'm against the system, against the man, this and that. Nigga, the man, you on a man's platform, what the fuck are you talking about? What it is that white people understand that y'all like this shit. Y'all niggas is into this. Y'all think that this is doing something. But it's not. These are the same people who bought you sex. They put money behind Sexy Red and Glorilla. I really was cool when I have no more kids, man, but I be thinking more and more like, yo,